everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Talita, your faith lifestyle woman with and creativity channel. My name is Edna Labi, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. And if this is your first time of coming to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to like, spread the love, share, and also click on the notification bell so that when we post a new video, you'll be able to sit back and enjoy. I want to sincerely tender my apology for not bringing up the second episode of parenting. It's just to be able to give you the breast. I tell you, the next video, it's a promise. We're going to be dropping it. And so I want to quickly talk about the topic, which is um, dealing with disappointment. Yes, I understand that when you hear topics like this, most people think it's only when it comes to maybe a guy saying yes to a girl and dumping the lady, or maybe the guy saying she's no longer interested. But this is far more than it. Most times we face disappointment from people we love, not necessarily your fiancé, not necessarily your spouse. We get disappointment from people we love so much, and sometimes it weighs us down too much. But there's something I used to tell people: as human beings, we expect too much. Let me put it that way. We expect too much from people, human being like us, and that's why sometimes when we are disappointed, it deep into us. When you are disappointed, it's fine to cry. It's fine to cry it out. It's fine to shake it off. But allowing disappointment to weigh us down is where the problem is. Maybe you are in a relationship with a brother and maybe the sister or a lady or a girl, and she says she's no longer interested. And you feel you've committed your time, your talent, your whatever. I don't know what you've committed into it. And you feel like it's not working. Or maybe friendship, you put too much into such a friendship and it seems as if you are being betrayed. I organized the program recently and I learned something from it. One of the speakers spoke about emotional intelligence, and the first thing she said is it is okay to cry when you're disappointed. It is okay to cry it out, because sometimes even when you don't cry, it becomes a sickness. It's okay to feel disappointment. It's okay to be in the room. But the first thing you need to do is, after the disappointment, shake yourself off and pick up your pieces, because there is no disappointment that what's coming in between who you are, but there is no disappointment that should define who you're supposed to be. And she also said something about having a shock absorber. Don't expect too much from people. We are human beings. We expect too much from our sister, uncle, auntie who is supposed to support us in school. We expect too much from our pastors. That is even so alarming nowadays. You see a lot of people, they say, my pastor, they come to social media. When they see that a pastor had fallen, they can be wounded soldiers. They are human beings. They have flesh and blood, and they come to social media and you begin to hear people say, that person so if he can fall, then I should be nothing the same. And they start castigating pastors. They've forgotten that they are also human beings. They have their trials they have to go through in this life. Some are wounded, some their vessels cannot be repaired. And so because we expect too much from pastors, we expect too much from parents, we expect too much from our spouse, we expect too much from people. And sometimes we don't even give such in return. Somebody that wants that feel, and sometimes we even feel entitled. Aside the fact that we expect too much from people, we feel entitled to some things. Maybe you've done something good to someone before and you're feeling it's supposed to be reciprocated and it's not. Then you hear, I'm being disappointed. Or maybe you're a very emotional person and you think a brother is carrying you along, and you're not able to define your relationship with a brother, and you just hear the next thing, Ivy don't come, and you're feeling disappointed. There is need for us to have a good attitude towards disappointment. The fact is, life is not a bed of roses. Disappointment will always come. Friends will always disappoint. People you think should do something will always disappoint. Pastors will disappoint. They are human beings. Sometimes they can also sin. We shouldn't just put it on our heads and begin to go all over social media and begin to think that someone is perfect. Sometimes I begin to question our Christian faith. The Bible says, look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Sometimes we human beings, we use human being like us as a yardstick to our life, as a yardstick to a spiritual life, as a yardstick to a family, as a yardstick to everything we do. There is need for us to understand that in as much as we are still human beings, anything can happen. Have a shock absorber. Expect less from people. They are human beings. You should expect less from people. In fact, expect less from yourself, because at times you make a goal, like you want to achieve something, and you do not eventually achieve it. In such a situation, do you get bitter at yourself? You don't get bitter. If you're in a relationship and this brother or sister say, "Oh, yeah, carry your kanja," or maybe you felt led to a sister and the person said no, then you don't need to kill yourself over this. Cry if you need to cry, but shake yourself together. You're made for more. You have more in you than allowing disappointment of any form to shaping who you're supposed to be. Sometimes when people are disappointed, that breaches their life, that brings their life to a stop. Or maybe you've committed so much. I don't know how much you've committed to that friendship, to that relationship, or even to your brother, auntie, sister of your father. But there is need for you to understand that you should expect less from people. Disappointment should be a stepping stone for you to understand. When I go to people for help and people don't help me, do you know one thing I tell myself? I say, these people, if peradventure they help me, then they might be sharing the glory of God in my life. So maybe that's why God did not allow. It's not like I'm not paying at some point, or maybe somebody is supposed to tell you something, or somebody that is close to you is supposed to do something, and the person did not do it. The fact is, anybody can disappoint. There is need for us to have a shock absorber. Cry when you need to cry, but dust your bum and wake up and start. You're made for more. Their life to be influenced than sitting down and wallowing in disappointment. Some people tell me, "Babe, you cannot understand," but the truth is, I've understood. I've been there before. I understand that the only revenge you can give to life is success. So when you're disappointed, pick up the pieces of your life and move on, because their lives to be influenced. Like I said, disappointment will always come, and that doesn't mean you should turn such a person to an enemy. When you are in the position to help the person tomorrow, the fact that he's disappointed does not mean you shouldn't be able to help them. Thank you very much. Like I said, I don't know what stage of your life you're being disappointed or depressed, or you think people around you does not care. If people don't care, then care about somebody and you see life changes. Like I said, the major thing we human being, why we feel disappointed, because we expect too much, sometimes emotionally, from somebody or from our parents. We expect too much from people, and when they're not able to give us that much, we tend to be disappointed. Think less of people, expect less from people, live your life to the fullest. You deserve to be happy, you deserve to smile, and sometimes you deserve to cry when you need to cry it out. But shake your bum and move on, because you're made for the best. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and click on the notification bell so that when we post a new video, you'll be able to sit back and enjoy. Thank you very much. I remain your girl, Elina Labi.